Right, folks, we are back with Dundalk. It's been a while, and we are joined, as you can see, by a bit of a mystery man here, Brendan Murphy, trainer of Ballycanes, Midfield Angel, Hanny Fiore. Brendan, welcome on.
Thanks a million, guys. Thanks for having me.
Firstly, Brendan, we might as well kick it off. How do you find Dundalk? You loving it?
Yeah, it's been fantastic for us this year. We were able to get horses running and get them going and get a good reading from coming into the season. Ballycanes was very consistent above there. April Angel got a great run above there in her first start on the all-weather. So, yeah, definitely. And the new surface above there has made a big difference. It's opened the door for an awful lot more horses. You can see an awful lot of horses with soft ground form, even forming above there. So, it's fantastic.
Yep. And Brendan, you're going to be with us tipping up a few horses for Dundalk and then on another show on Aintree, yeah?
Well, hopefully we'll have a go at it anyway. Unfortunately, I didn't get much time to prepare today. Things didn't go quite to plan, so we'll wing it. We'll get there.
That's what we do most weeks anyway. We'll start with the 110. I am going for Catamosto, Brian Moore and Aidan O'Brien, making his debut here, and he's most likely going to be a bit of a talent this horse. He was entered last week but was withdrawn the morning of the race. You don't see Brian Moore at Dundalk or even in Ireland too often. But 11-8 for Catamosto to kick that off will be nice. Alan, over to you.
Yeah, I'm going to go against you, Ryan. I'm going to go for Silver Surfer. I just think the benefit of race experience is going to be massive here. I started favourite on debut at the Curragh. It was the first 2-year-old race of the season. Was 4th of 8 behind Missing Matron. Kept on inside the final furlong. Look, it looked like he was learning all the time from that. I'd say he'd appreciate the better surface at Dundalk, and I'd say he puts the experience to good use. Big price there at 5-2.
Aye, sure. I think you two lads have covered the main two in the market. Actually, I'll take Black Pepper, Jesse Harrington. Jesse's 2-year-olds and that are normally well forward this time of the year. This Black Pepper here, I'm just looking at, is a half sister to a 2-year-old all-weather runner in Point Reyes. I think Point Reyes trained by Gavin Cromwell. Jesse was unlucky there last week, or at the last meeting, with an early 2-year-old or 3-year-old. This is by Caravaggio, the same sire as Silver Surfer, so it'll be interesting to see how it goes.
Yep. It's not relation to Ken Pepper.
No, I thought it was whenever I seen the name. It's the same owners, but it's of no connection.
Still like their spices. Brendan, over there.
I'm going to go with Silver Surfer as well. I just think over the Aiden's horse, I think he's out of a better mare. I think that they're pushing Caravaggio this year. They're going to be leaning towards trying to make champion 4 seasons sire out of him. And I just had a look through it. And to be honest with you, Aiden's horse is doing nothing for me. The mare he's out of. She won once, beating a horse that was really had an all-time high of 81 in a Class 3 race, produced a colt in 2018 that hasn't been seen racing in Britain and Ireland since. I just don't think there's enough to the page, really, to the recent page anyway, for me to be going that direction. And I think the race experience, as you were saying a second ago, Alan, the Curragh is going to be a big help for Silver Surfer. Black Pepper would have been another one that I did have a look at. But I just think Silver Surfer was going to edge ahead here.
Right. We'll move on to the 140. I have gone for Bellax1, ridden by Mikey Sheehy. He's claiming £5. He's very valuable for that £5. I'd expect Bellax1 to be going close here. Steps up at 1 mile 4 from 1 mile 2. 5th in a fairly decent maiden at Navan last time out. And at 9-2, I reckon he could be going close.
Yeah, I'm going to go the head of the market. I'm going to go for Abstract. I just actually went through this horse's form. Some very, very strong runs in maidens. 8-12 behind the current anti-post Derby favourite High Definition. 7-17 behind Van Gogh in his last start at the Curragh. Should appreciate the step up and trip being by Sea the Stars. There's plenty of stamina in that side of the pedigree. Doesn't look a strong race. Gelded, visor on. Look, 7-4, it's short enough, but I'd be happy to take a wee bit of it.
Who's 7-4?
Abstract.
9-4 with 365 there.
9-4 with 365, eh?
Powers.
Oh, that's out, Paddy. Robin Hood's raid. I'm going to go for Page Boy for Shark Handling. 33-1 and the 9-1 already. Now, Page Boy was with John Ox, obviously bought then and is running in Sharks. Misses his colours here, I think. I'm nearly sure it is now. Chris Hayes on board. I was speaking with Ryan and Brendan the other day in the Irish Racing Hour, and I was saying I'd follow Chris Hayes over the Clough. I just think the form he's in at the minute, you know, you would go. We've seen him lift the All-Weather Jockeys Championship there. For a small squeak each way at 9-1, there's still value, and I'll probably draft tomorrow again. So 9-1 each way do me there.
Yeah, it's tricky enough race to call. There's nothing jumping out of the page here really with serious all-weather form. As you said, Page Boy there, the market is interesting on him. Previous runs appear to all have been on softer ground, so might appreciate quicker ground as well, being by Kodiak. I think experience might just win out here. And I'm going to go with a War Dancer just for Brian. I know he's short 5-2, but I just don't. There just doesn't seem to be anything screaming out to me on the page. Felix one was one all right that I was looking at, but I just think the experience might just win out in this race.
Yep. 4 different opinions there. Shore in the next for me, the 215. I think Shore's a nice price. He's done fairly well in previous outings and is making a handicap debut here. Where, to be honest, I think Shore could be a lot more competitive in these handicaps. Sam Ewing is claiming £5. That's not a bonus, especially on handicap debut. At 6-1, I'm happy to play with that.
Yeah, I'm going to go top lane Tommy, Colin Keane. Third behind Storm Steps and Pashmina last time. Unlucky not to get up staying on strong. Now, I was talking to the lads, I was talking to yourselves last night about Storm Steps. That form hasn't been frank. He ran a poor race back on the turf. But top lane Tommy, £10 higher than his last win in Mao. He's been very consistent at Dundalk in his last 4 runs. With stamina assured, look, he must go close here. I think he's in around 4-1 now.
Yeah, Alan, I'm going to take one that you mentioned there that was in close contact with yours last time. Pashmina for Johnny Fiend, Kevin Manning. Johnny had a quiet enough season last season and probably the season before as well. Back into a bit of form now. He's had one winner and from his last 4 runners, and Pashmina was just touched off by a short head last time out by Storm Steps. Perfect draw and stall 1. You know, whenever Kevin Manning's riding for Johnny Fiend, you do have to stand up and take notice.
That one was swore. Yeah, he's he nipped us for second, was it, in Dundalk there, over a mile and a quarter. Chris Hayes is extremely loyal with this horse, and you know he has had a couple of runs where he's just ran a little bit flat and didn't quite pick up coming up the straight, and they're able to get him back bang on the money again the next time out. So finishing 6th last night wouldn't really bother me. I wouldn't read too much into it. I think the forecast is good up that part of the country. The little bit more of an ease in the ground is going to suit him as well, because Dundalk does ride a little bit slower on the dry nights. So he's definitely the one I'd be going with that race. And at 14-2, lads, I think he's value at that.
Yep, he was the one I was looking at. The 250. Another race I'm going to have to go for Aidan O'Brien and Ryan Moore. And with the price tag, Call Me Sweetheart has €280,000 as a yearling. You'd expect good things. She has an entry for the Irish Oaks as well. 7-2 looks quite a good price, and hopefully she can form on debut.
Pretty much like the first race, I'm going to go for experience rather than first time out. Omnia for us, you know. This filly was second to Willow when last seen. The third filly on that occasion was Flirton Bridge. Now, we had a chat with Henry de Bromhead, and he actually put Flirton Bridge up as one to follow. Look, she's been unlucky not to break come maiden in 4 starts. The step up to a mile and a quarter probably should suit. Drawn nicely in stall 5, and I think she's the best form of those with the experience.
Yeah, it's I'm torn. I'm torn between both your selections actually because Ryan, I can clearly see the positives for Aidan O'Brien and Ryan Moore and Hingme. I think they're going to have a good day. They could have a treble. They're definitely probably going to have a double, I'd imagine. But Nayat, as you say, Alan, with experience, I would sit on the fence. But if I was backing something, I'd probably throw O'Brien's three in a treble, maybe. But it's a tight one. I would have a small play in Oshin for because of the form, as you say, second to Willow, 3-1. You know.
And you're Oshin's number one fan.
Us Donegal men have to stick together. You know, we're taking over, Sharky. We're taking over.
Yeah.
I was going to say Aidan McGuinness's horse, Mar. Ran there over a mile. Wayne Road finished 4-14. Beaten 4.3 lengths. That's not an awful lot in Dundalk by any means. They're after taking him well open trip here. You know, he's after costing enough money. He's by a fantastic tire. I'd be inclined to think that he's in with a good each way shot at 12-1.
Fair enough. Come back with a 12-1 shot. Come on. And a bit of info on that. That's where you were.
Yeah, that's what happened. I was on Dado asking what does he reckon.
You were ringing the sheiks to own Felix Thorbritz. We'll move on to the 325. I've gone for a 12-1 shot here. Dazzling Darren. Seems well handicapped. Is at a mark of 63. It's 10 times higher than his last winning mark. Sam Ewing is claiming £5 off that. To be honest, I'd say he'll either be winning here or next time out. He seems to be fairly well in my eyes. At 12-1, I'd be happy to play each way.
Yeah, well, something just Dean mentioned earlier on. I'm going down the Johnny Feen route here with Kevin Manning aboard for Sinshale. Caught the A last time out when finishing fifth behind Turian Angel. Dropped £2 for that run. Look, it was staying on. Probably one of its best runs for Johnny Feen. This horse, formerly trained by Joseph O'Brien, looks like he might just be coming into form for his new team. Probably a small each way chance in a tricky enough race now in around 5-6-1.
Yeah, it really is a tricky race. That who did I take? It's just interesting that Pineapple Express actually won the other day at Go Run as well. Finally got its head in front. Alan, that's a horse you've put up before as well, but I don't think I could tip it again. I'll go for Odd Venture and Chris Hayes. I just actually can't find what I had picked. Odd Venture and Chris Hayes again. You know, it's low enough in the weights there. I know I get you're saying there, Alan, about Sincere, but it's just that the 0 from 9 would put me off. I know mine's a 0 for 14, like, but I just think, as I say, I'd follow Chris Hayes over a cliff, and I'm going to do it again.
I hope Chris Hayes doesn't jump off any cliffs.
Hopefully not. Hopefully keep right runners.
That's be okay. I'm going to have to say the same thing. It's a tricky race, but I'm going to have to lean towards Adventure. A horse to be still rated 45. It's his third run off the mark. He's after being given every chance under the sun. I mean, third one, like, what is it? Less than 2 points. You know, and last time out ran relatively well over a mile and 4 against Chateau Massor. Like Adam Farrell's ridden him, taking 7 off. No, I think that Chris will be able to push the right buttons here and get him on the right song. I definitely think he's one that's definitely worth a look 6-1.
Me and Murphy know the crack, boys.
I just don't want to see anything. Pineapple Express, yeah, it got its head in front and going in completely different ground conditions, you know. And I think that is the key to Pineapple Express there. It needs that bit of an ease in the ground. And there's nothing else there. There really isn't. Bosley might run a good race, but I think that one's going to stand out.
Yep. Shall we move on to the next one then? I have gone for the Slattery's veteran, Sharjah. Should go close again, steps back down to 1 mile 2, and still on a mark of 50. I think Sharjah goes close here. Last time I tipped him up, we had the Tricast in that race. He came second. He was over 1 mile 2 that day as well. So, look, I'll go Sharjah again.
Yeah, I'm actually putting up one that ran a remarkable race last time out. Mary Cruz, Siobhan Rutledge, John McConnon. Put up £3 for last time out. Look, it was very slow away, lost nearly a furlong, and still ran on to finish second behind Never Missed a Beat, who was impressive on the night. Look, a winner off 73 on the turf. Still well enough handicapped in the all-weather. If Siobhan can get her out and get her going nice and early, I'd say probably, again, each way shout in around 5 to 1.
Anybody that's a regular watching the show, I'm going to take a horse that I always kind of top up, Storm Elsa, for Luke McAteer. Now, I couldn't believe the drift on it the last day, and when I seen the drift, I thought, oh God, my chances are gone here. But ran on credibly enough on the 4th place, and luckily enough, Bet365 are playing 4 places. You could probably discount, put a line through the run before that, where it finished 14th of 14. I would be happy enough to take a play each way there at 8 to 1.
Yeah, I'd be agreeing with you there, definitely. Elzam has had quite a good run over Dundalk this winter, and I would be inclined to say that they hit a bit of a speed bump. They're getting back on track. Like the 17th of February, they gave the horse a bit of a break to freshen up. They'll have to leave a bit of time between runs like they did the last time. I definitely think he's going to go close, so I'll go Storm Elsa as well.
Yep. The half-hour race, I think I found an interesting one here. More speed, first run for Richard O'Brien's yard, was with Hassett before that. Takes a nice step down to a mile here. Scott McCullough is riding. Scott's been incredible this season. And Richard O'Brien too, he's been great with newcomers to the yard. I think 12-1's very good each way price.
Yeah, I'm going to be towards the head of the market again with Kinch, Sam Ewing. Third is at Love back on Wednesday, the 31st of March. Went absolutely flying home down the outside. Look, only £2 higher than the last winning mark, and Sam's going to claim 2 here. That'll leave him nicely enough weighted. Nice draw in stall 9. I think he should go very close.
Yeah, I'm going to say it is a slightly strange one here now. Michael Horrigan, you wouldn't see him up at Dundalk too often. Horse ran incredibly well there in November 20. Wasn't seen again until the 3rd of April this year. And, I think that they're not going up there on the full term. I think the running park will draw a line under it. It was queer old ground in Cork that day. It was hard to call what was going on. I just think to be one just to watch the way the market goes on this one. It'll be interesting to see if they can get it back to his old form in 2020. Yeah, I mean, each way sweeping him at 1.
Mm-hmm.
Well, right or something like what the Jesus Christ is after happening?
Right, and open the bottle.
It's gone everywhere. It has gone everywhere.
Ian,
I agree, Dean, completely.
Ian's on mute.
Yeah, he is. Fucking idiots.
I was wondering why you all went so quiet. Did someone mute me again?
I managed to open a can of Guinness, and at least I managed to put it on mute, but I forgot to take it off. Anyway, yeah, Brendan, that Cargill, that was bought two runs back from Eddie Lynham's, wasn't it?
So it'll be an interesting one, as I say, to see. And it's interesting to see Michael Horrigan doing this. It's not his typical fashion to be going up and down to Dundalk. The dam is well related. There's some pretty good stuff down along there. I think it's in a good mark. Paddy Hartnett probably go to the front. We'll see what will happen. It'll be interesting. I just think it's an interesting one. It's one to watch what way the market goes, but I think that there's a possibility that they're not going up there for no reason. I'd be taking my chances with something small each way.
Yeah, I'll go for Burning Lake. For Joseph Murray and Joey Sheridan. Has been kind of running well recently enough there. And around 6-1. In these kind of competitive marks or these competitive races here, you're trying to go for past course form. So I'm around 6-1 to me.
Yep. We will move on to the final race of today at 5 o'clock. And I am going to complete the Moore and O'Brien travel. And I'm going for Jeroboam. In fairness, to me, nothing gets close here. They'll be eating this lad's dust. Certainly tonight. His form is absolutely fantastic. He was fourth behind Loch Derg, who's entered into all the big races this year. Colour Sergeant came second there. He finally got off the mark and he's ties in with Group 1 winners. And Zosimus was third, who won a maiden at Dundalk and then went on, in fairness, finished last in a listed race at Dundalk then. But for me, O'Brien's winning this very, very, very easily at 6-5.
Yeah, Ryan, look, I'm just gonna back you up. Warfront Cole, 2 very good runs at Dundalk, second to Heap in October, fourth to stablemate Loch Derg, as you said. It'll be how long does the odds against last? I'd say you could see him odds on, and maybe 4-6, 8-13 tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for a bigger price one, although there is a bit of value, and thankfully I got a bit of the value earlier on. Local Bay, Elmarie Holden and Ryan, my man Oshinor. Now, Elmarie doesn't have many flat runners. We touched on this a couple of weeks ago whenever she had one up there, and it actually ran pretty well. I think it finished 4th or 5th. Like the last time, Ryan, we seen one as well backed as this was whenever she sent one over to Lingfield and Holly Doyle one on it a couple of days before Christmas. Interesting enough, this Local Bay has been back from 25s and the 7s, so I'll be happy to take a small each way play in that there.
25s into 7s at this hour of the evening. Someone put on a fiver.
I'd imagine that was me.
Someone's been flat out on bet 365 with their free bet. I can't see past the favourite either, to be quite honest with you lads. I think that Jar Lyons and Colin Keane might put it up to them, but other than that, it's going to be very hard to see him being beaten. I think it should close home.
Yeah. That's it from the Dundalk one. Be sure to hit that like button and subscribe, and should check out Brendan on Twitter or wherever else you are, Brendan.
Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, we're on them all. We're constantly doing something stupid, so there's some bit of entertainment to be had. The assistant trainers after joining me here, so there's plenty to be had.
But that's it. Like I said, be sure to hit that subscribe button. And Brendan, I'm sure you'll probably join us again at some point.
Yeah,
well, you're going to be on the entry video next, but after that,
hopefully I'll be a little bit more prepared the next night. We'll give you a better bit of insight into things.
Definitely. That's it for that.